Good morning, good morning, good morning, fashion dolls. It is simply Saturday, August 15th, and welcome to my exclusive sit down interview with Ruhikart. I'm so honored to be doing this interview. Art to me is very relaxing, it's very therapeutic. With everything that's going on, I've been stressed out for the past few couple of days trying to wrap my head around it, but art has just like been an escape, a getaway. So I hope you guys take away something from this interview that you can achieve peace if you find it and solidarity within yourself. Now, as you guys see, my shirt says legendary today. I had to make a statement because art is legendary, especially when it's coming from a black woman's point of view and perspective. Are y'all ready for some black girl magic this morning? I'm super duper excited. So, without further ado, I'm going to be sending an invite to a few of my faves so that they can come and check out this interview. I'm super duper amped, super duper excited. There we go. And we are set. All right. Make sure I got my questions. And we are going to start this interview off as soon as my special guest gets here. I'm super duper excited and happy to do this interview today. And we have Tonio from Chase in Dallas. He will be with me tomorrow. Hi, my love. Good morning. Waiting on everyone to come in. Our special guest is here. She is here. We are going to be doing this interview. And I discovered her on Beyonce's company, Black Owned Everything. Black Owned Businesses, Black Owned Everything, which is Beyonce's stylist, Serena Akers' page. So that's how I discovered this young lady. She's very, very talented. And without further ado, let's get right into this interview.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Good morning, love. I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
All right, our guest is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this interview started. Okay, so my first question to you is how did you get started in making art?
Okay. Well, I first started in high school and decided to pursue it further afterwards. But the idea to actually begin my own art business didn't actually come from me. It came from my aunt, who was over at the house, and she told me, this is for you. And at first I was like, no, like I don't feel comfortable or good enough to do it. But you know, the wonder of the art world is that you can really be who you want and do what you want, and you'll always find someone who will like what you're doing. So yeah.
Yes, and we do. She's very talented, you guys,
Oh,
so
thank
please
you.
go and check out her work. My second question is to you. Who are some of your biggest influence when it comes to creating some of these pieces?
Mm. Um, I know this is gonna sound a bit cringy, but I'm gonna have to say my mom. She's just such an amazing woman, and in fact, her seeing her start her own African print baby clothes business called AfroPuff, it made me realize that anything I want to achieve, I can actually just go forth and achieve that. So, yeah, she's been my rock.
And you can do it too.
Yeah.
Okay, what does art mean to you?
Um, for me, honestly, art is just about honesty. That is the most important aspect. And especially when you're painting people, you want your art to truly have an effect on the viewer, the audience. And to do that, there needs to be a level of truth that they can connect with. Yeah.
Exactly, because when people see your work, they say, "Okay, this is a reflection of what she is, and this is what she's about, and this come through her culture, through what she's experienced, through life, through all of these things." Okay, my next question to you is: do you have a favorite artist?
Um, it's really hard to choose because obviously there's so many artists out there, but um, at the moment I have the top two, and they would have to be Harmonia Rosales and Alonso Guevara. I really like Harmonia Rosales' work because she basically she replaces white historical figures in paintings with black
Yes.
people, and I just find that so incredible, and there's so much meaning in them. And on the other hand, Alonso Guevara, she um, she has this way of painting that just connects anyone who looks at her work. You just feel the earth around you. Like she's got them naked around fruits and plants and everything. It's just amazing. Yeah,
Beautiful artwork.
yeah.
Now, what type of artwork do you enjoy the most?
Um, I feel like each type of art has its own individual story. You know, it manifests itself in innumerable ways within the mind of the viewer. So, in general, I just enjoy art that communicates with us all emotionally and mentally. It's really hard for me to
Yes.
choose what type. Yeah.
Now, what is an artistic outlook on life?
Mm, I'd say when painting in the style of realism, which is my style, it's really tempting to want everything to look symmetrical. You want people to look as if they're sculpted by gods and
Yes.
everything's so aesthetic. But, you know, in reality, it's not like that, hence the name. So I think it's just really important to take a step back and really just look at the subject honestly and seeing all its unique flaws. That doesn't make it ugly. It's still beautiful. And it's only then when you allow yourself to see that can you show the truth, and only then can you accept that, you know, life, not everything in life is perfect. So yeah.
Exactly. All right, my next question to you is, what's one of your long term goals?
I'd say that for me, I'm hoping to study medicine at some point in the future. This in no way means that art isn't important to me. In fact, I love the idea that I can use art as a source of motivation and self expression. Um, my artistry is something that I hope will continue to grow as I get older, and I just hope it leaves a legacy in the world, no matter what field I end up working in. Yeah.
Yes. Now, my next question also is, do you have a favorite piece of artwork? What's your favorite piece of artwork that you've done?
That I've done. I'd have to say Our Garden. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's on my page. It's a lady of a lady
Beautiful.
sitting there. Thank you. It's of a lazy lady sitting poised on gold with nature surrounding her, and I don't know, that piece. It really felt like it was coming from within me. Everything about it, I just, you know, I thought it through, and I was like, I really wanted to portray how when humans are just taking the time to sit beside nature and really respect it, then it's beautiful. Really, it's almost royal. It gives a sense of majesty. So that is definitely my favorite piece, and also it took me the longest as well. So yeah.
Okay, is there an element of art you enjoy working with the most?
Um, I really enjoy. I mean, I paint pretty much only in oil paints, just because I like the way it gives me time to go back and make my changes slowly. But in terms of subjects, I really enjoy painting tropical plants, and I love the idea that my eyes have been opened to the complexity and delicacy of nature. Before, I used to just look at flowers and I'd be like, wow, that's beautiful. But now I've learnt to see it deeper than that. You can see all the pigments that have been involved in making this beautiful creation. And equally, painting human skin, you never really notice how much texture there is in tones
And
until,
richness,
yeah,
yes.
exactly. No matter the skin color, it's always just beautiful, and I don't think we appreciate that enough as humans. So I really like that about painting. You know, I get to discover a lot more things.
Yes. All right. One of my bonus questions is, with everything that's going on, how do you find Sanctity to create such beautiful artwork? Because her artwork, again, I can't stop bragging on it. It's beautiful. I'm obsessed. I've already gotten my friends hooked onto it. So, how do you find such peace in everything that's going on to create such beautiful artwork?
Mm. Well, it definitely is hard. I'd be lying if I said, I just get up in the morning and I start painting. You have to just be in that space, that mindset, and you get
Yes.
yourself comfortable, whether that's through meditating or just doing the things that you love. And only then I get up, I start painting, and it's a process because everything that's going on in the world is hard. You see so
Yes.
much distress, and you can't help but let that impact you. And I think you just have to realize that sadly that is just a part of life. But you're doing your little bit in the world and trying to, you know, create art and make people realize that there is something deeper going on here. I really love that. That is my motivation as well. I love going for walks in the park and things like that. And just, yeah.
And looks like one of your followers, Eve, good morning. She says she completely agrees.
Morning.
Yes, it's definitely hard, even with me, because we work in two different fields. Well,
Yeah,
fashion to me is like an art,
definitely.
but at the same time, you still have to find that space that'll make
Mm.
you kind of feel like, okay, I just need to get away. I need to find an escape to feel comfortable
Yeah.
with dressing each and every day or creating so many other pieces.
Mm.
And my next question to you is what inspiration or what advice would you give to up and coming artists who are, trying to get their feet wet into the art world?
Mm-hmm.
And what advice would you give them?
I think the first thing I'd say is just don't be afraid. I think that's
Yes.
what held me back for years. I just thought to myself, what if people don't like the work that I'm creating? And even when you start off on Instagram, it's not easy. Everyone knows that you have a period of time when you have like one like on your photo, and you're like, what's going on? But I think you just have to look past that. You have to just keep doing what you want to do. You let your heart lead you, and people will love that about you. They'll love seeing that you have this confidence in yourself, and they want to be a part of that. And your followers will just come naturally afterwards. I think that's really important.
Yes, it's going to take a lot of work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some questions from the audience. Hey, Step. Hey, my
Hi.
love. You guys go and follow Step for the bomb lashes. You guys can see I'm wearing her lashes today. And again, let's support black women in art and beauty and so many other things. It's her spirit for me. Yes, when I seen her artwork, I said, oh, I have to interview this girl. I'm obsessed. So I said, I like artwork too, because you guys can see in the background. I love artwork. I love home decor. I love inanimate objects, which is also what is art about. Finding inspiration. Like it can be the most quaint things. It can be a French chair. It can be a table. It can be a piece of fruit. For Frida Kahlo, it was the flowers. We know
Yeah.
she loves flowers. And Georgia O'Keeffe, the same for her as well too. So it's a lot of artists out here that have inspiration. And then it's a artist by the name of Lois Nevelson. We know she creates things out of pieces
Mm-hmm.
and it turns into all this structure. It's just beautiful.
I definitely
So
agree.
we're definitely going to take some questions from the audience. So if you guys have any questions for her, feel free to ask. And like I said, I discovered her right here on Instagram. Well, I didn't discover her. You have to give credit to Zarina Akers, who's Beyonce's stylist, because if I wouldn't have checked out Black on Everything, I would have never known who Rukia Art was. I said, why isn't she getting this credit that other artists out here are getting? And again, it goes back to what I was saying. Black women, we don't get the credit that we're so gratefully deserved. So I said, give it to her. Give it to her. Let her shine on my platform just like any other black woman that I've had on my platform, like my girl Steph in the comments and Tara B, Beauty Brains Movement. When you start a painting, do you usually know how the outcome will turn out, or is it normally just going with the flow once you start painting? That's a question for you.
Okay. I think it really depends because there's times when I just start my painting with nothing in mind, and um, both methods are they yield different things. So I'll just to answer the question simply, I'll say that I don't tend to plan my pieces first. I just get the canvas, start sketching, see where my mind takes me, see where my heart takes me. Um, But then again, I'm starting to try a different style, which is to research the things that I'm putting into my pieces, so that way, there's just a bit more symbolism in it. So yeah, both methods are fine, but I tend to usually just go with the flow.
And sometimes it's like that, even in the fashion world, just like, what am I going to wear?
Mm.
Sometimes I just feel like I just throw something on, like today. You look beautiful, Miss Stevie. Thank you. And so is Rukia Arts. Look at all this melanin. Get into it. Oh, so proud of you. Yes, she is amazing. Give it up to her. She is extremely talented. And like I said, she's a force to be reckoned with. Like, again, black women are taking over literally, not just in fashion, not just in politics, but art too. And I know a lot of people want an escape, a getaway. So that's why I did this interview with her. I took this interview with her because I know people are just like, everything that's going on in this world is just a lot of craziness. And I want people to get an escape and think of something beautiful, like, bringing life into the world or creating something, finding peace in something that brings you peace. That's what I call it. You
Exactly.
have to find something. So, again, we're going to take some more questions before we let her go because we can't keep her. All right. What are your biggest influences and inspiration in art? Good morning, Michael.
Hi. Um, well, as I said before, I'd have to say, yeah, my mum is definitely has a big impact on just my spirit and keeping my art going, and like, even when you have a few knockbacks, she's been really supportive of me. I'd also say just seeing other people around me grow and watching their businesses grow, you feel like you're part of the movement. Everything's just so inspiring these days. So,
Yes. And I guarantee you, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. People are going to know, well, they already know her name by now. If you don't know by now, you're going to know it at the end of this interview. Trust and believe she's going to blow up, and I can see it right
thank you.
before my very eyes. Like, I've spoken so many things into existence, and it just like it happens. So I can guarantee you her career isn't over. It is definitely going to go very far, and she's
Thank
going to
you.
come up with more beautiful artwork. I can guarantee you. Just as sure as the day is long, she's going to probably drop a piece sometime
Yeah,
next
there's
week. You
more to
don't
come.
know. So definitely, we're going to take some more questions from the audience because I know you guys want to get to know her a little bit more. But like I said, I discovered her on Beyonce stylist Serena Akers' company, Black Owned Everything. So please follow them right here on Instagram. Definitely network. Now is the time to support more black owned businesses than ever, which we should have been doing before, but now is just a higher calling for us to come together and unite. And
Yeah.
check out my group, Black Content Creators. I added her to my group, so it's a lot of black owned businesses in there, from hairstylists to makeup artists to fashion designers. Shout outs to Jerry Reed and Levi Lawrence and the Dr. Dapper. Shout outs to all of them. Shout outs to Eduardo Xavier. I'm going to be having an interview with him on September 19th. No, September 20th. September 12th. I'm getting it mixed up. A little fuzzy. Forgive me, y'all. I had my blind moments. So it's a lot more to come. So definitely keep up the grind. We definitely have to keep into this movement because a lot of people want something to just get away. Like
Yeah.
today is the weekend, and it's just been a lot that's been going on. So I said this would be the perfect time to give people like an escape, like a woosah moment, so that they can
100%.
just take their mind off of everything for a minute and just
Yeah.
focus. And I know when you create your artwork, you go into your zone. You said this earlier in the interview. You said you kind of have to find that focus to make you just kind of want to get away and just escape away from it all. Even in fashion, for me, I could go through, and I love antique shops. I
Exactly.
love consignment stores, antique shops, vintage shops. I love vintage pieces, especially when it comes to like furniture and home decor,
Okay.
things like that. That's an escape. That's a getaway from me. I could just
Mm.
look at a picture all day long and I can get an inspiration. And I'm pretty sure she has that same effect when she's creating her artwork because she said her mom influences her. So I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot more things that are going to probably influence her to create some more artwork. I can guarantee you that. So we're waiting on some more questions. We're just keeping the conversation going, and then we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes. We can't keep her because we know she has a very busy. Oh, Kid Fro, we were just about to. Yes, get your questions ready, you guys. Get your questions ready. I know it takes a few minutes for the comments to kind of roll in. But definitely, Kid Fro is also in my group, Black Content Creators. And I'm going to tell you guys the reason why I created this group. I created the group so that everybody that has a black-owned business, that is out here trying to make a name for themselves, that are just popping, that are doing the doggone thing, everybody can come together and support one another. And that's what it's about, especially for us being black. We already have that one strike against us. They're, trying to cut funding for small businesses and things like that. So I said, why not work together as a team, as a family, and follow and check out each other's feed and see what it's about. So, yeah, we're going to keep it going, you guys. We're waiting on some comments to come in, some questions to come in, and then we're going to wrap it up because we can't keep her. And you guys know Instagram only gives us 30 minutes, which I hate. I wish we could go over the time, but we can't. So, yes. While we're waiting on these comments to come in. All right, Michael, you have any questions? Again, follow this young lady. Follow Ruhikart. If you don't know who she is, you're going to know now, sweetheart. Because I can guarantee you she is going to blow up right before your very eyes. And I'm going to be right there like, I told you so. I told you so. Like, yes. So definitely go and check her out. And check out all of the other black-owned content creators like Kid Fro. Kid Fro is a model. He's going to be guest co-hosting with me on Style by Stevie right here on Instagram. So make sure you guys tune in for that. As well as Tramel and Ike, voice of Alray from G Status ATL. I did my interview with him a few days back when. So definitely go and check that out. Onika's Closet. Hey, girl. Black fashion content creators, I gotta add you to the group, Onika. She is the global ambassador for Shoe Dazzle and Just Fab. So please go and follow her and shop Onika's Closet. Check out her blog. She's also a fashion influencer for me. So definitely get your questions ready. We just did the interview, so right now we're taking questions from the audience and then we're gonna wrap up. But we're just conversating, getting to know her. Because, like I said, she's very talented. And I just can't... When I see something that is beautiful, that is artwork, that is eye-catching, I grab right onto it and I say, oh, I got to have this. So I said, I DM'd her immediately as soon as I seen her artwork on Beyonce's stylist page. You guys know Zarina Aker, who does Chloe and Holly and Queen Bee Beyonce. That's her page, and that's where I discovered this young lady from. So please go and check out her page. You will not be disappointed. I wouldn't steer you wrong. I wouldn't put a product out here and promote it and say, okay, get this. Beautiful, and that smile.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Oh, you guys, check out Onika's Closet. Black women, we have to support each other more than ever. So y'all go and check out Onika's Closet. She's a black woman. She has her boutique, she has her blog, and again, she is the global ambassador for Shoe Dazzle and Just Fab. So check. It's like a check mark for each one. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, we're gonna wrap up this interview, you guys, because we can't keep her. You guys know I wish we could, but we can't. Thank you so much for this interview. It was a pleasure, and you're just like a breath of fresh air. So we gonna be good Judies. We gonna be good friends.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. It's been amazing. I love what you're doing with your page, honestly.
Thank you. You are so welcome. And we going to continue to network, girl. We
Definitely.
got to. So you guys, please be safe. Make sure you guys are washing your hands and wearing your mask. And I will leave the replay up. And I will share the replay to the Black Content Creators group. So you guys be safe and have a blessed day. I love y'all.
Bye.
I love.